Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Twilight Zone review. Today it is Season 2, Episode 21, The Prime Mover, written by Charles Beaumont and starring Buddy Ebsen as Jimbo Cobb, Dane Clark as Ace Larson, and Christine White as Kitty Kavanaugh. And let me just say that while The Prime Mover will probably never win an award for the most logical or brilliant Twilight Zone episode, it's pretty entertaining. So we start in a cafe with two of our main characters, Ace and Kitty, and we can tell that Ace likes to gamble as he's putting money in a slot machine and he's losing. So he bets another man that's in the cafe a quarter and, to see if it comes up heads or tails, and he loses this as well. The man puts money in the slot machine and wins. It gives him his quarterback. This was humorous and a good introduction to the character. We're also introduced to our other main character, Jimbo, in this scene, and quickly a car turns over outside. And when Jimbo and Ace go outside to help, Jimbo flips the car over, but we can tell that he did it just by looking at it. He must have done it with his mind. So Jimbo's got some kind of superpower here, which is pretty cool, I guess. So we go to the next scene after Rod Serling's narration, and Jimbo and Ace are talking, and Jimbo tells him, basically what he can do, and Ace can't believe he never told him about this before. Jimbo warns him that it's gotten him into trouble in the past and that he also gets headaches from it, which is why he doesn't really do it very often. So he shows off this skill. He flips over a coin, he lifts a bed, he makes dice come up with certain numbers, and of course Ace wants to use, or should I say abuse, this power to make a lot of money. So we go to the next scene and we see Ace winning a lot of money gambling with dice, with roulette, with all kinds of things. But the problem is Jimbo is getting tired at this point. He's getting a headache. So they go to take a break, and Jimbo says he doesn't want to do this anymore because he feels like it's cheating and, they're taking advantage of this power. But Ace is really obsessed with this. You can tell all he cares about is getting more money at this point, and he's losing sight of other things. So Kitty is upset about this. She wants to go home. They have an argument, and she does leave, and I got to give her credit here. She left even with all the money he won. That's pretty cool. So he goes downstairs after her. She doesn't want anything to do with him. He hooks up with this other girl named Sheila, who's obviously interested in the money. And he also really starts to think highly of himself, and he wants to set up a big deal, like with a big gambler in town. So he gets in contact with this Mr. Phil Nolan, and they set up a meeting, and Jimbo is very concerned about this, saying it could be dangerous. So we go to the climax of the episode where Larson and Nolan meet up, and they're gambling, and Larson's winning at first, and he gets really greedy and says, let's go all in, and he bets everything, but he loses because Jimbo couldn't make the dice come up with the correct number, which I believe was an 11, and it comes up a 3, and Jimbo tells him, I tried to warn you, I lost my power. So of course the other girl, Sheila, leaves at this point, and Jimbo asks Ace if he's mad, and Ace just basically laughs. So he suddenly realizes what was important, which wasn't all the money. And this part of the episode's a little hard to believe. Ace gets over it really quickly. The turn is very abrupt. I mean, he just starts laughing. This was a guy that was really obsessed, and now all of a sudden he's just happy that he lost everything. But I guess in a 25-minute story it needed to happen that quick. It just seems very, very abrupt the way it's done. But it's fine. It works, I guess. So we go to the end of the episode where the three of them are back together in the cafe, and Ace realizes what's important. He proposes to Kitty, who flips a coin and tells him to call it, and I guess it comes up right because she says she'll marry him. And at this point the episode pretty much ends for them, but we do see one more scene where Jimbo picks up a broom with his mind. So I guess he really didn't lose his powers. I guess he just told our buddy Ace that to teach him what was really important. Now you could argue that, he could have let Ace get away with the money and fend for himself and see what would have happened because it was a lot of money. But I like the road they took where other things were more important, whether you agree with that or not. I think it was a very entertaining episode. And the performances are fine. Some of the plots seem a little convenient, just like plot A to plot B to move the story along rather quickly without a lot of build-up. But like I said, it's a 25-minute episode. And overall, this episode's very entertaining and always rewatchable. And I give The Prime Mover a 3.5 out of 5. I think this one's a little underrated, and I think just about anyone could get something out of it. It's not very deep, but it has a good message behind it. So 3.5 out of 5 for The Prime Mover. Check this one out. And as always, thanks for watching.